Russia has launched an intercontinental ballistic missile at Ukraine, marking a significant and alarming escalation in the ongoing conflict. This is a serious development that has caught the attention of military experts and analysts worldwide. The missile was aimed at the city of Dnipro, a major urban center in Ukraine known for its strategic importance. Ukrainian forces, equipped with advanced defense systems, tried to stop the incoming threat with all their might. They managed to intercept some of the missiles, showcasing their resilience and preparedness in the face of such a grave threat. This is the first time Russia has used an Icbm in this war, a move that has shocked the international community. This attack is a major escalation of the conflict, indicating a new and dangerous phase in the war. It raises serious concerns about what Russia might do next as the world watches with bated breath. The world is watching closely, with international media providing round-the-clock coverage of the unfolding events. Everyone is hoping for a de-escalation as peace advocates and ordinary citizens call for an end to the violence. The use of an Icbm is a dangerous sign, indicating that the stakes have never been higher. It shows that Russia is willing to use its most powerful weapons, a move that could have far-reaching consequences. This is a threat to global security, as nations around the world grapple with the implications of this attack. The international community must condemn this attack, standing united against such acts of aggression. This attack is a reminder of the stakes of this conflict, highlighting the human cost and the urgent need for resolution. It is a reminder that we must do everything we can to find a peaceful resolution for the sake of all those affected by this devastating war. The Icbm is a terrifying weapon, a symbol of ultimate destruction. It can travel thousands of miles, crossing continents with ease. It can carry nuclear warheads, each capable of obliterating entire cities. These warheads can cause unimaginable destruction, leaving nothing but ruins in their wake. The use of an Icbm is a sign of extreme aggression, a declaration of total war. Icbms are designed to destroy cities and kill millions of people, leaving a lasting impact on the world. They are not designed for use in a conventional war, but rather as a tool of mass destruction. The fact that Russia is willing to use an Icbm in Ukraine is deeply worrying, raising global tensions. It shows a disregard for human life and the potential for catastrophic loss. The use of an Icbm is a game changer, altering the dynamics of international conflict. It changes the nature of the conflict, making it far more dangerous and unpredictable. It makes the world a much more dangerous place, with the threat of nuclear war looming over us all. We must hope that this is a one-off event, a moment of madness that will not be repeated. We must hope that Russia will see sense and refrain from using these weapons again, for the sake of humanity. The consequences of a nuclear war would be too terrible to contemplate, a nightmare scenario that must be avoided at all costs. Russia has a dangerous nuclear doctrine that has been a cause for concern among global security experts for years. This doctrine allows for the use of nuclear weapons in a wide range of scenarios, far beyond what most other nuclear-armed nations would consider. This includes the use of nuclear weapons in response to a conventional attack, which significantly lowers the threshold for nuclear conflict. This doctrine is a threat to global security, as it increases the risk of nuclear weapons being used in conflicts that could otherwise be resolved through conventional means. The recent Icbm attack makes it clear that Russia is willing to put this doctrine into practice, demonstrating a readiness to escalate conflicts to a nuclear level. This is a very worrying development, as it shows a blatant disregard for the catastrophic consequences of nuclear warfare. The international community must take this threat seriously and work together to address it. We need to find ways to deter Russia from using nuclear weapons through diplomatic efforts, economic sanctions, and strengthening our own defense capabilities. We need to make it clear that any use of nuclear weapons would be met with a swift and decisive response, to ensure that the consequences of such actions are fully understood. The world is at a crossroads, facing a critical decision point in how we handle this growing threat. We can choose to ignore this threat, hoping it will go away on its own, but that is a dangerous gamble. Or we can choose to stand up to Russia and defend the rules-based international order. The choice is ours, and the future of global security depends on it. Section 4. Global Implications. The world watches with bated breath. The ICBM attack has sent shockwaves around the world. Leaders from all corners of the globe are condemning this act of aggression. The international community is united in its opposition to Russia's actions. This attack has far-reaching implications. It has raised the specter of nuclear war. It has also destabilized the region and created a climate of fear and uncertainty. The world is watching closely to see how this situation will unfold. Everyone is hoping for a peaceful resolution. But the truth is that nobody knows what the future holds. The world is holding its breath. We can only hope that cooler heads will prevail. The alternative is too terrible to contemplate. Section 5. The risk of miscalculation. A world on edge. The use of an ICBM in Ukraine raises the risk of miscalculation. In the fog of war, mistakes can happen. There is always the danger that one side will misinterpret the actions of the other. This could lead to an escalation of the conflict. In a worst-case scenario, it could even lead to nuclear war. The stakes are incredibly high. We need to do everything we can to reduce the risk of miscalculation. We need to keep lines of communication open, and we need to be very careful about our own actions. The world is on a knife edge. One wrong move could have devastating consequences. We need to tread carefully. Section 6. The importance of international cooperation. In times of crisis, international cooperation is more important than ever. We need to stand united against Russia's aggression. We need to work together to find a peaceful solution to this conflict. The international community has already shown its resolve. We have imposed tough sanctions on Russia. We have provided Ukraine with military and humanitarian assistance. But we need to do more. We need to keep the pressure on Russia. And we need to send a clear message that the use of nuclear weapons is unacceptable. The world is watching. We need to show that we are serious about defending peace and security. We need to show that we will not tolerate aggression in any form. Section 7. An uncertain future. The stakes are higher than ever. The future is uncertain. The situation in Ukraine is fluid and unpredictable. The use of an ICBM has raised the stakes to an unprecedented level. The world is holding its breath. We are all hoping for a peaceful resolution, but we must also be prepared for the possibility of further escalation. We must be clear-eyed about the threat that Russia poses. We must be prepared to defend ourselves and our allies. And we must never lose sight of the importance of peace. The world is watching. The choices we make today will determine the course of history. We must choose wisely.